Okay guys, today we're gonna tie a new fly. I'm going to do all my videos in English from now on because I got a lot of English viewers as well, so they can't understand Norwegian. That's understandable, so we're gonna do it in English. Today I'm gonna tie a nymph, as I normally do. I'm gonna use, I don't know the name of this nymph, but I also learned this nymph by Nielsen. It's an extremely good nymph for both grayling and trout. It's quite a quick nymph to tie, so tie up at 5 to 10 batch or something. The materials I'm going to use is basically, this is a bit used now, but yeah, Phasan tail for the body and also for the tail if you want. I normally use coq-de-lion. There's a small feather that's left of it. Coq-de-lion feather for the tail. I am going to use peacock dub, just a normal. I can see if I can find something. If you let me see. Yeah, if you have the Hans Spectra dubbing or any other dub. The dub here is the number 46. That's the number of the dubbing I'm using. So you can see here, number 46. It's like a peacock color. I got like 10 other types of peacock dubbings as well. So just choose one here. I got another one. This is from Knapek, so all different producers, but it's almost the same, and I don't think the fish reacts any different on the different producers. So let's just use a normal peacock dub at the thorax. Sometimes I also use peacock feathers actually. It could be a bit nicer, but sometimes I use the dub, so it's up to you. I can try to use the dub now, and you can try with the feather if you want to, just a peacock feather. And at the end we're gonna use, in front of the peacock thorax, we're gonna use some orange hotspot thread. So it's going to be pretty nice. I think that's maybe the attractor of the fly, and the other part of the fly is more like a imitation of a stonefly nymph or a mayfly nymph. Not a stonefly actually, because the stonefly is a lot bigger, but you can tie this in different sizes. The size I'm going to tie now is 16. For the Hanak, I use the Hanak hooks, the Jig Superb. And I'm using a 2.8 millimeter bead head tungsten. Let's get to it. Okay, so as I told you, I'm using a 2.8 millimeter bead head and a size 16 Hanak Jig Superb hook, black tying thread. So as I told you before, I'm not tightening up the bead head in the front because I think the materials is doing that job later on, so it's no point of wasting the thread for that. So okay, here you can choose. You can use either the coq-de-lion feathers for the tail, or you can use just a normal Phasan tail. It doesn't matter actually, but I like to use the coq-de-lion. I think it's a bit waste actually, but yeah, if you like the fly fishes. That's how it is. So not too long tail because of the sinking. Nymph needs to sink fast. So longer tail, slower sinking. Okay. So that's a good length of the tail actually. Yeah. So tighten up the tail. Here I normally do one little tying under the tail, and then I tighten up just to keep the tail like this. Okay, now I'm tying in the. Here I'm using three Phasan tails, like 3. I don't want more because of the thickness of the body. So, as I always do, I'm tying in at the start of the, okay, at the thickest part should be ending up at the end of the nymph because of the body. So I'm tying in the thinnest part, like this. This is also very weak material, so it doesn't matter if you... I don't like to put pressure on the thin part. So I can just pull this off, actually. Okay. So, here you go. This. Here you can either use some hackle tool or anything, but I'm using my fingers, so I'm just wrapping this around. Oh fuck, I forgot to... Of course, we need a rib. I didn't mention that, but it's important, very important. Because, as I said, the Phasan tail is very weak, so you have to rib it. I actually do it two ways here. If I use a gold bead at this fly, I'm using a gold rib. If I'm using a silver bead, I'm using a silver rib. So that's something you can experiment with. So I'm using a very thin rib here. Like this. Okay, and then we continue on the where we just started. Okay, so just tied close to each other. You can actually tie it all the way up to the bead. It's not going to build any big. So then we close it up like this. And then use a thin scissor and just cut it up, and then be sure it's closed. And then we take the rib. So I rib the opposite way as I'm tying the thread. This. Okay, and there we got actually this nymph is pretty fantastic if you just put it on some peacock now, or you can just fish it like this. It's a very good mayfly nymph, but I like to have some hot spots, and I got good experience with hot spots, so we're gonna do some hot spots today. So I'm going to use the dub I told you about. Let me see where I put that. Always fun when you leave something at the table and it's disappearing. There it is. Okay, so the 46, number 46 at the Hens dubbing, Spectra dubbing from Hens. Here you don't have to use a lot at all, because this is quite a bit you need only. Okay. So just fasten in. Okay, like this. And now I'm putting on some locking, some head cement. Okay. Like this. I'm only locking it once because now I'm going to cut the black tiny thread off. As I told you, this is a really good nymph actually for the sulfurea, and I can tie it a bit bigger actually, in size 12 or 10. It's an amazing fly, just this way. When I was competing in the World Championship in Czech Republic in 2014, I have a beat at the Devilstones River, and the fish was really selective. I only catch them on this fly. I tried like 10 different flies before, like the first hour I couldn't catch a single fish. And then I just tried this fly, and because it was a lot of mayflies, the yellow one, the sulfurea, was hatching, and then the sulfurea nymphs is brown, so I used this fly a lot there, and I catch a lot of fish. So normally this is one of my favorites. So, but today we're gonna do a little different. We're going to use this thread. I'm having this on a thread holder because it's actually it's almost a twine thread, but it's more like a floss or something. So I'm doing it like this. I'm tying it in the front. You can see, like that. Okay. Put some head cement on. Like that. And some more head cement. And then use the whip finish. Like that. Just tighten it up. And now the head cement is getting into the fly, so I can just cut it up here and just leave it, and it will get really strong and tighten up. So this is how the fly looks. It's an extremely good fly for or nymph for the as a dropper, and also if you tie it in bigger sizes you can have it as an anchor as well. This is definitely one of my favorites. This in combination with the Batman fly I tied like some weeks ago. It's so deadly. So it's just tie this fly up and try it. I see a lot of it actually on the internet with a lot of other friends who's competing on the national teams for like USA, England, etc. They also put flies like this out on the internet, and it's some different patterns actually, but just mix it up or tie it like this, and I'll promise you get surprised how good this fly is. So thank you for watching.